Hey guys, Kevin McDonald over here with ModBargains. Wanted to give you guys a little insight. We're doing a cool contribution this year for SEMA. We have a car one of our customers, Marvin, is building for the Toyo Tread Pass booth. So figured we'd give you guys a little insight on what goes on and kind of a background to this feature build. If you're not familiar, SEMA is the biggest car show of the year here in the States. Brings out the top of the top and the cream of the crop builds. So we're really fortunate that we're going to be able to work on Marvin's car this year. So I wanted to kind of review, let you guys see what's happening, give you an oversight, and kind of see some details that you might miss on Instagram or if you get to go in person and see this car. He is local to us in Southern California and plans on taking it to a lot of different shows, meets, and really enjoying cruising this car. So you'll see behind me, pretty interesting car. It's a 1995 BMW 850 Ci. It's a unique car because there's not a lot of these. It's got a pretty sweet V12 motor in it, but this chassis alone was really a pretty low production number car for BMW. You might notice probably the most prominent thing on the car is the aggressive kit that's on it. So Marv, in this car in particular, is actually the first BMW E31 with the Pandem wide body kit in the entire world. We're really excited and honored to be a part of the project. So let's check out some of the highlights of the car. You can see in the back, they obviously have a really nice wing setup. It's got the rods and everything to give it that motorsport type of look. Nice and aggressive with a gurney flap on top. You'll see the rest of the kit underneath. It's got a multi-piece diffuser down below. We're going to be touching on that area in a bit. Obviously, it's got the signature Pandem wide body fenders on it all the way around, and the really aggressive kind of, it's got Japanese flair to it, but a lot of it honestly reminds me of some of the 80s and 90s DTM Euro cars. Very period correct. So when Marv first reached out to me, we wanted to attack a couple different major parts of the car that he asked for my assistance on. Of course, I was glad to help out. One of the big ones is the wheels and tires. So you can see down here, we went with a set of BC Forged. This is their MLE61 wheel. We went with the brushed clear face, big, nice polished lips, and then the stainless hardware. You can tell that the width of these things is pretty huge. For reference, that's my hand. So you can see that they're wrapped. Obviously, the car is going to be at Toyo's booth for the show, so we have some big, meaty Toyo R888R tires. On the front, we have a 19 by 11, the 275/35 R888R, and in the rear, we're going with a 19 by 12 with a 325/30 19 tire. So you can tell this car has a lot of space with these fenders. I mean, it's hard to get in picture, but I mean, we're talking a good 3 to 4 inch wide body easily, and to be able to fit a 325 tire, a 19 by 12 wheel with space, I should mention as well, to boot, is pretty awesome. So we did a lot of calculating, a lot of measuring. Marvin and I worked really closely together on this, and we're actually able to fit this setup with no spacers, perfect fitment, dialed in when the car airs out, which we'll touch on in a bit. We are a authorized vendor for Brembo Brakes, and everybody knows Brembo, but few really get to see them in person. You can see the two-piece rotor. This is the Brembo GTS system. I believe it's a 380 millimeter rotor. I could be wrong on that. I'll have to check that out later. But we did the drilled rotors, of course, the classic red Brembo color. We just finished installing these this morning. What we did, since Brembo doesn't make a rear kit, we kind of made something work for it. So we hand painted the calipers in the rear, cleaned them up because there was a bunch of rust buildup. So we hand painted them with a gloss red finish to match. And then our friends over at Stoptech make replacement rotors that are drilled for the 8 series. So we kind of made a matching kit in the rear since there aren't any rear big brake kits available for the car. So suspension-wise, this car is on airbags. So the company is called Grinds US. They're a smaller company, I think, that's based out of Europe. Obviously, you can't tell right now because it's in the air, but this thing goes low, it rides low, and then you can park it even lower, and it looks really perfect. Tucks the big Toyos right inside the fender. I think, little bias here, but I think the fitment looks perfect. But go ahead and think what you wish. You'll see it after this video is posted, of course. We're doing an aftermarket steering wheel that's going to look nice and period correct. Shortly after this afternoon, we're going to be dropping down the exhaust and putting in a Supersprint catback exhaust. And then that'll kind of piece everything together. After us, we're basically the last stop. The trunk setup, it's got a really cool trunk setup with hard lines by my friend CJ. The interior's been reupholstered with a really cool kind of like an oxblood red. So yeah, after us, it's going to go over to his wrap shop. It's going to get a full livery. Kind of reminds me of the 1M BMW classic kind of styling, with all the sponsors and cool colors, and really have it stand out and pop. And then it's going to get loaded up on a trailer, head up to Las Vegas, and it's going to be premiering for, again, Toyo Tread Pass booth this year, SEMA 2021, up front, up center, and we're going to have this nice Pandem kit for the E31 8 Series making its world debut. And we were fortunate enough to have a small part of it, and working with some awesome brands, awesome people, in order to really make this thing a complete one-off, first in the world type of build. So stay tuned. If you haven't already, check it out. Marv's Instagram handle is Marv_GTS. So if you want to see photos of that car as it comes to fruition, ModBargains, Mod Auto, that's our Instagram handles as well. And we'd love to see your guys' reaction and see what you think of it. Comment below. I don't even know what it looks like until it's here, so looking forward to that as well. So we'll talk to you then, and see you on the next video.